Hello everybody, Mike Brelswood, Brelswood Works. Thank you for joining me back on my channel today. So excuse my appearance, I've been out cutting bulb blanks this morning. I have Mondays off for the duration of the summer, and took the advantage of some beautiful weather to get out to a place that I've got access to and start knocking out some bulb blanks. I make my Shosugi band bowls, which I make out of pine, and I've got some very large southern yellow pine that I have access to that is straight, very little sap in these areas, and I was trying to knock out some bulb blanks this morning. And in doing so, my beloved 038 has died on me. I've had this saw since 1993. My late brother Don bought it for me as a gift, and it's done me very well. It's been this thing has had no problems. It's just been super reliable, and it's something broke inside this morning, and it won't start, and it makes a god-awful racket when you pull the cord. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth having anyone look at it, but at any rate, if not, I'm going to build a shelf and put it in my shop as an ornament, if nothing else, and as a tribute to my late brother Don. Love you, buddy. Any rate, so I went out today and I had to replace it. So I have gotten the MS400. It is, I've cut with it a little bit this morning. I went back to the same area and I knocked out some more bulb blanks because they had given me a full tank, and so far I'm very impressed. Let me read from the Book of Stihl. The MS400 has a displacement of 4.08 cubic inches. It is 5.36 horsepower. It idles at 2,800 plus or minus 50 RPM. Maximum engine speed is 14,000 RPM. Let's see. Weight, yeah, that's an important one. Weight of the saw without fuel or bar and chain is 12.8 pounds. So if you're lugging this around all day, it's gonna be heavy. But if you are a wood turner and you're doing any serious bulb blank cutting, you have to have something big for a saw. Smaller saws just, you know, will get eaten up by the rough cutting that you have to do. And if you do, you know, large amounts of it, you need something with some power to cut through it. Any rate, so I made this decision. I bought it. I got a couple spare chains at the same time, and so far, you know, I've been super happy with it. But this morning, I will show you on. I brought home a couple of the large pieces of southern yellow pine. I'm going to cut a couple bulb blanks for y'all to see, and I've also got some Bradford pear behind me that I'm also going to cut and let you see how it does on that as well. Any rate, so if you are interested in a big saw so far, I mean, I can't give you longevity for this, but this one is it's got a lot of power, and it just bowled right through what I had to cut with it. But we'll see. Here we go. So I had a tree business back in the 1980s, and I've done a lot of cutting, and I have become fanatical when it comes to safety and chainsaws. There's a few pieces of safety gear that are not, to me, not optional at all. Number one is a pair of gloves. Number two is the helmet, face shield, and ear protection. And thirdly, and this is, I've had this save my legs, is a pair of chaps. They're worth the money. You can get them wherever you get your chainsaws. These are sold by the Stihl name. I don't know who makes them for them, but these things they're absolutely not optional. You do a lot of cutting, you really need to protect yourself, and you need a pair of these. So that 038 I had, so I've had it since 1993, and I had it first mounted on a Alaskan chainmill, which was probably a little small for that, but I did have the 24-inch bar for it, and it did cut through oak, you know, and I used the ripping chains that I got from, bought them right from the company that makes the Alaskan mill. But I've later found somebody who does milling for me, and it's a heck of a lot easier on the body, and I let him do it, cutting for me now. Any rate, so I'm going to put the gear on, and I'm going to gear up, and I'm going to cut some of this wood with my new MS400. I think the chaps are, if you have a big saw like this, chaps are even more important than if you have a smaller saw. If you have that large bar out there flinging around, you want to be very, very careful. So the first thing I'm going to so the first thing I'm going to cut is some of the Bradford pear. I want to see how this thing does on hardwood. So I'm just going to take off a little bit, probably about 2.5, 3 inches all the way down, depending on where you're measuring, because this middle part's kind of ragged. It cut through that Bradford pear like butter. Wow. All right, I've got one more Bradford pear, then I'm going to cut these pines. Same deal on this one. Trim off a couple inches. So what's faster than cutting through butter? Wow, that was amazing on that pine. It really is. All right, so off topic for just a second. Some people might say that this bull blank is actually way too big. It's 10 inches thick, and it will be, when I finish the bowl, will probably be 19 inches across, which is a darn big bowl. So I'd figure the bowl will be at least 8 inches deep when I finish doing it, but I'll core it also. But one of the things down here that I've been asked for at many of my shows is biscuit bowls, and I looked them up, and they're typically an oblong bowl that's hand hollowed out. I'm not doing that, it's too much time. But the main thing I was told is that they're deep, they're very deep. So that's what I'm aiming at helping these people out with, is making some nice deep big biscuit bowls. So this is going to be part of it. Got one more bowl blank to do. Let me get that one set up. Whew. All right, so that's it. So far, I love the power of this. I have to figure out, starting this one is not quite the same. I think I may have flooded it, and I had a bit of a problem after I refueled it. It didn't want to start. I don't think it's going to be a problem, because the controls don't work exactly the same as all the Stihls I've had in the past, so I'll figure it out. If not, if there's a problem, then I'll bring it in, and I'm sure they'll take care of it. At any rate, so far, again, like I said, love the power. This will be a nice replacement for my 038. It's big enough for what I need. It can tackle just about any log I'm going to run into. And if there's logs that are bigger than this that it can't handle, I'm going to have to just pass. And I'm at the point where I really don't want to lug around things that are that big. At any rate, that's it. If you got some comments you'd like to share with me, if you have this saw and you have some experiences with it, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it and enter a conversation. If you think you've gotten anything out of this video, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And as always, everybody, please stay safe. Bye-bye.